Welcome back to the 9th Gym program, and today we're doing another meta-analysis for the meta-analysis series. I guess it's a series. I kind of just do these videos. Anyway, we have the second one this week, the second meta-analysis this week, because I missed one last week. So this is the weekend of 29th through 30th, which is, just a couple of days ago. And 107 players. It's another one of the qualifiers, the spring qualifiers on VGC, victoryroadvgc.com. So if you, like these and want to, them to keep doing this, go check them out. Link for the website will be down in the description below. Yeah, let's get into the video. So 7 Swiss rounds, plus single elimination top cut as per usual. Series 9, of course, because that's what we're in currently, and 107 players, which is pretty cool. And it takes place in Pokemon Sword and Shield, so yeah. Alright, let's get into this. So, in first place, we have Damiano winning. 5-2 in Swiss. There's 1-7-0, a bunch of 6-1s in Swiss. So this is, a pretty medium seed to get first. Awesome stuff. We have a cool team. So we got a PZ Clef team with the, normal offensive packages in the back. Both, the Rillaboom and Incineroar ties it together. And then you have Urshifu, Regirock. Surely, sometimes these 4 are going to be there. We're not even going to, bring the PZ Clef sometimes. But overall, pretty cool stuff. It is Nasty Plot PZ, which makes a lot of sense in this format, I feel like. That's pretty needed. Ally Switch, with a lot of screens and stuff going around. Nasty Plot's pretty good for getting that PZ back to its, ridiculous strength. So that's always, pretty well appreciated for this Pokemon. Water Urshifu? Water Urshifu. Cool. I gotta click on more of these Urshifus, I guess, because they're like half-half, honestly, in this format, which is crazy, because we saw, only water at first, and we saw only dark, and now we're seeing mix, again, which is kind of cool. My green screen is still fuzzy. Why are you being fuzzy, buddy? Hey, buddy. No fuzz. I don't know why that works. It works sometimes, though. Alright, anyway, yeah, pretty cool stuff. We got a PZ Clef team with some good generic stuff in the back. Winning, awesome stuff. PZ Clef, it's pretty surprising to see it winning, events like this. It did insane in Series 6, and then kind of fell off. And, justifiably. It is an incredible Pokemon, though, as we see here, getting first place. Anyway, next, in second place, we have a Regirock team, which is pretty cool. Probably a weakness policy Regirock, right? Yes, it is. But it is also Curse Rock, which is cool. We also see Safety Goggles Zapdos and Leg Clay Grimmsnarl and Torkoal Venu, which is doing much better than last tournaments. Getting second place is better. I think it struggled to even see top 8 in most of these events, so seeing it get second is pretty cool. Speaking of weather, in third place by Alex Gomez, we do have a rain team, which is cool. Something kind of slept on in this format. Following a format where you can use Kyogre, it's pretty hard to want to use Politoed again, but it's very strong. So that's really cool. So rain team is pretty cool with Registeel keeping away that fire weakness as well, which is good. We do see Trick Room fake out on the Gothitelle for the Glastrier, Assault Vest Glastrier, which is cool. We're seeing like a lot of Swords Dance Glastrier right now, so seeing like AV Glastrier is a little bit of like a breath of fresh air, and Life Orb Zapdos with Detect Triple Move makes sense. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there on that team. We've got Rain, which is really cool, and Registeel. So a couple of the oddball Regis is really cool to see. Not nearly as much Regirock. In the last meta analysis video, 7 of top 8 was playing Regirock, and here it's only 2. So that's really cool. Seeing a little bit more variance. As many Zapdos as Regirock in top 8, which is really cool. In fourth place, we have in fourth place. We have the Lando Thundo package, which is cool. Kartana, Urshifu, Amoonguss, and the Incineroar. So a lot of really strong stuff here. It is the Dark Urshifu this time. And Life Orb, Lando T, and Assault Vest Thunderous. So that's pretty cool. White Herb Kartana ain't no intimidates around here, right? That's pretty cool. We have Defiant Thunderous and White Herb Kartana. This player does not want to be intimidated, which is understandable in a format, littered with both Lando T and Incineroar all over the place in the format. Luckily enough, though, actually, surprisingly, it's not in second place or third. No Intimidate user in there, so that's interesting. Anyway, that rounds off our top 4. Let's get into top 8. So in fifth place, we got Juan with the Entei, Dragapult. We got a Tapu Koko, Urshifu, Ferrothorn, and Lapras team. So seeing the Lapras G-Max once again is pretty interesting. It is Life Orb, although there is no Tailwind on the team. So, you know, usually on like a Life Orb Lapras team, you'll see Tailwind. But I guess that was mostly like Series 6 stuff. But to be honest, you know, we saw most play of Lapras G-Max in Series 6 as well. And it was pretty dominant in Series 4 or 5. Once it became legal, I don't remember which one of those two it became legal. I think Series 5. So, you know, Lapras saw some play then. But then in Series 6, it kind of dominated. It was one of the top Pokemon in the game at the time as well. Tapu Koko is interesting to see on this team because of Electric Surge, you know, really making your Lapras not want to be around that, which is kind of weird. It is special, though, with the Electro Web as well, which is kind of cool. And Ferrothorn is a Pokemon that we've been seeing a little bit more of. The Iron Defense Body Press stuff, pretty cool. Entei, not Assault Vest, is the first non-Assault Vest Entei we've seen in a little while, so that's also kind of cool. And then pretty basic stuff for Dragapult, although it will be Seed Berry instead of Life Orb because it's already spoken for in Lapras. So, pretty cool stuff there. Really interesting team. In sixth place, we have Francesco with the Registeel team as well, and the Spectre here as well. So doing pretty cool stuff. Probably weakness policy, right? No, it's leftovers Registeel, so that's interesting. It has Sand Tomb as well, which is kind of cool. So that's cool. Thunderwave on the Grimmsnarl, I love to see it. This is something that kind of like fell off. Like not very many people were using it. People were like replacing with Taunt and stuff. So it's cool to see Thunderwave back for at least some. Safety Goggle Spectre with the Will-O-Wisp, but also Shadow Ball. Taunt Snarl. So this is more so you know, supportive Spectre. I was kind of expecting to see Bulldoze with the Registeel weakness policy Registeel, but that's not the case. We do see weakness policy on the Moltres Galar though, which is the more standard way to see Moltres Galar be played, in my opinion. Also, was that Swords Dance on the? No, it wasn't. I'm dumb. Anyway, that's 6th place. 7th place we have Houston. Huston? It's got to be Houston. With the Chansey Shekel team again. I don't know if this was the same player that did that last time, but that's been popping up in top 8 almost every time in these events, so that's really cool. I think it's probably piloted by, you know, a couple of people, but it is actually really solid. You know, it's very stall, it's very meme, but it's also, you know, proving to be pretty relevant, you know, and actually being able to claim results over and over, making it more consistent. So it's not just a meme, it is still a meme, but it's a consistent meme. You right? Does that make sense? So, yeah, it's not bad. I just realized that's not even on the screen. I just click on my OBS. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a pretty cool thing. It is the same, I think, full team as we've been seeing with the, you know, the Psy Spam as well as the Lipard to set that up with priority with Copycat, and then the Spectre as well, which is probably, yeah, Spell Tag and offensive Dynamax guy. So, yeah, doing some cool stuff. I would like a rental code for one of these teams. So, you know, if anybody in the comments could provide that, that'd be cool. I'd be like, wow, thanks. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be cool. And rounding off our top 8, we have Kang with the Metagross Zapdos team. This is something we've been seeing a good bit of. You know, you get to really pick what you want your big Dynamaxer to be out of those two. And then you have P2 for some Trick Room and some other stuff. You know, it's normal P2 stuff. And Light Clay Grimmsnarl, which is always good. And Tapu Fini and Incineroar, very good for that. You know, Tapu Fini, Misty Surge is great on Metagross. And Calm Mind is just good in general. So Tapu Fini definitely surging back in. You know, we took a little break from Tapu Fini throughout like Series 8 and 7. Or like the beginning of 7 with like Glacier. It kind of went wild and like Kartana teams and stuff. But then it kind of fell off. And now it's really coming back. You know, a lot more physical, strong Pokemon in this format. Makes sense. Anyway, that's our top 8. So the rest of it we're going to take a little bit easier. Take a little bit faster. So 9th place, we've seen some more Togekiss, which is really cool. You know, we've seen a lot of Togekiss in these last couple of days and stuff, in the last couple of events, and a lot of Scope Lens Togekiss are coming out of that. So that's pretty cool. I like to see it, but I also hate to see it because Crit Kiss was really, really, really stupid in the beginning of the 2020 format with Dynamax. I think that was the first like thing that I think just dominated, absolutely dominated that in Dragapult. The Ted Core with the Togekiss Excadrill Dragapult was probably the strongest combo for a very long time, like throughout Series 1 to 5. Like, even in Series 5, it was insane. And then once we got Cinderace, that became a very strong Pokemon as well. So, Seeing the resurgence of Togekiss is really interesting. Gothitelle as well has been, you know, we saw it surge up a few weeks ago, and now it's really just been sticking, which is really cool. So Fake Out and Trick Room both on the same Pokemon is good. It has an array of really good useful moves: Hypnosis, Helping Hand, Ally Switch. You have a lot of really good things. So Gothitelle is a very strong Pokemon as well. Urshifu, Regirock, Rillaboom, nothing too much to say for there. Lando, all these Pokemon are just great glue for your team. You know, you put a couple of weird things together, and then you glue it together with these great Pokemon that are consistent and strong. So it makes sense. In 10th place, we've got another Moltres team with the Regirock this time, but we do see the Registeel and Spectre. No Bulldoze there, so still doing like leftovers Registeel stuff with Body Press and Iron Defense. That even had Amnesia, so yeah, Registeel is an annoying Pokemon now. Very strong though, you know, very cool Pokemon to see. So love to see it. In 11th place, we got a Bronzong, which is really interesting. Is doing like Trick Room supportive stuff here. Yeah, Trick Room, Body Press, Iron Defense, so, with leftovers. So it's doing pretty similar stuff to Registeel, but with Trick Room as well. So that's a really interesting way to use it. Also, a lot of like mid-speed stuff on this team. Tapu Fini and Incineroar both like the Trick Room, but you know the Lando, Thundo, Drago doesn't really. So a pretty interesting little engine there for support, but with like, you know, Bronzong, which is cool. Regirock team, Celesteela, pretty cool stuff. Dusclops, Dusclops has been about equal to P2 in this event thus far. We haven't been seeing a lot of like Trick Room engines on the teams in this format. I think it is very good, but there is a lot of taunt, but like, who cares? Like, you usually get through it, right? Next, we got some Heatran teams, some Zapdos, some stuff like that. We've got an Entei here, Moltres Galar, which is always cool. We've got the Metagross back, Redum Wash. A lot of, you know, stuff that we see pretty semi in this format, so it's pretty cool to see those. First Glastrier team, I believe, all the way down here. Interesting to see Ice Horse doing so weak in this format. It is definitely doing, like, good a lot of the time, but, you know, only doing good, getting top 16 placements, getting 1, maybe 2 top 8 placements in these events, so it's interesting. We got some more Sun teams here in the back, which, we haven't seen since 2nd place until now, which is interesting. Got the Torkoal Venu with the Charizard, the full axis here, the full spectrum of the Sun in this format, so that's cool. Charizard absolutely dominated last format in my opinion. Every time that I brought it, I was like, wow, this Pokemon is incredible. It's incredibly strong. Due to, you know, partially due to the fact that it just destroyed Zacian in the last format, but it's very good this format. It's good against Glastrier. It's good against a lot of random things. Celesteela, Rillaboom, it's good. Has Max Quake, pretty cool stuff. More Glastrier, more Ice Horse, more Metagross, more Zapdos. Alcremie team, we saw this last format or last event as well, which was cool with Celesteela. It was pretty cool. Umbreon coming back in a little, which is cool. Some more Ice Horse, some more Zapdos, some more Metagross, some more Sun. Pretty much, you know, Sun coming back a little bit more. I think Sun is kind of, you know, clawing its way back to top 10, top 15 potentially status, which is cool. I'm just trying to center this. That works. Okay, so that's about it for the you know, the top cut and stuff. I'm trying to shorten these videos a little bit because 30 minutes is really long for these videos, so I'm trying to get it close to like 15 to 20 minute range. Anyway, let's get into usage stats before I end the video. So top 5 Pokemon, nothing's really changing that much. Rillaboom is going up a little bit more in usage here. You know, it didn't land that top 5 slot last week or the weeks before. Now it's landing that top 5 slot, pushing out that Incineroar, which is really interesting. You know, it's not too surprising to see Lando T being used a little bit more than Incineroar. Lando T really has that physical, you know, attack prowess that Incineroar kind of lacks. You know, in terms of like it gets Fake Out and Parting Shot instead. You know, Lando just like punches things a lot, which is really cool. So it has that defensive, you know, body with that Intimidate and pretty sturdy body as well, but it also has that really incredible physical attack, so that's really good. A lot of the time we'll see Life Orb with it. Assault Vest potentially as well, so Lando definitely works. Grimmsnarl being number 1 is a little surprising, but not really. I mean, Screens is absolutely ridiculous. This Pokemon does really everything you want it to do. You know, you have Screens, you have Trick stuff with speed control, you have Thunder Wave, you have even Spirit Break for damage reduction. incredible Pokemon. You know, very good for a defensive backbone for the team. You know, if I'm going for like damage calcs for Dynamax sweepers, half the time I'm looking for screens, so Grimmsnarl just fills that role amazingly. Regirock P2, nothing surprising there. They both deserve top 5 in usage stats in terms of top cut and stuff. And then next we have Incineroar, Tapu Fini. None of these Pokemon, all these Pokemon deserve their top 10 spots. Urshifu, Celesteela is a little surprising, but not really. You know, seeing how it's been these last couple weeks in these events, it's incredibly strong. It's really showed off, and I think it deserves that top 10 spot for sure. Sun, just barely whiffing. Metagross, Ice Horse, Zapdos, just barely whiffing, but it makes sense. Water Urshifu, just barely behind. Dark Urshifu makes sense. We didn't see a single Colossal team this week, which is crazy. And to see Water Urshifu still barely just shy of top 10, just goes to show it's not just a Colossal enabler, right? It is a great Pokemon. And, you know, everybody was saying that at first, and then Dark came out. And then we were like, wow, Dark. Well, they came out at the same time. But then people were like, Dark is the way. And then Water is the way. And then Dark is the way. And now they're kind of head and head, right? Or they're kind of like, you know, head to head right there. So very good stuff. Sun, Moltres, Galar, Garchomp trending a little bit down. We didn't see it as much this week. Dragapult, the Rotoms, all this other stuff deserves, you know, to be between 20 and 30. Registeel barely making it, which is cool. Regirock seeing a little more play than usual, and same with Entei, so that's cool. All the other Pokemon deserve their spots here, and it just makes sense. Anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Really makes a huge difference. Also, come over here to Victory Road VGC and check them out. Give them some support. I'll link them down in the description below as well, as I always do. That's going to be it. Hope you have a great week. Goodbye.